Welcome back to my channel again. Experimental day. We are going to try something I seen on another channel. So this is my twist to it, but this is not my idea. This is originally off a YouTube channel called The Carbon Flip. That's The Carbon Flip, where she was using sheep wool, placing on the bottom of a bigger bins, and then putting compost down. And within 2 or 3 weeks, worms are eating the wool and it's turning into castings. So, saying that, I thought, well, what a great way of getting rid of waste as sheep wool and alpaca wool or fleece. What a great way of getting rid of, people can't get rid of, get sheds of it. So I thought, well, I'll put my little twist to it, and what I've done, I've minced it together with different carbon source. So it's a compost. So this one has up a bit this way. This one's got peat moss mixed. You can just see it mixed with the sheep wool. Is it the wool? That's the wool one in it. Yep, sheep wool. Okay, so that's been sitting for a couple of days. And this one has got compost with alpaca. As you can see, it's more of a, looks like a hair, human hair. Before anyone says I do have a little bit of hair, so I do know about hair still. Yes, so what I'm going to try out, I'll put worms in each one and leave them for a period of time and see how they go. As you can see, it's all just matty hair, whatever you want to say, and it's got compost through it. Now they don't heat up. I've tried it. Moisture is wet. I've tried on the meter. It's sitting about 7 in the pH. Most people say that won't worry about that, but it's an experiment, so we're going to keep an eye on things. But as I say, this is my twist to it. The lady at the Carbon Flip, she's brought it up. Okay, so as you can see, you see the strands. That's alpaca. Now a lot of people around here have got alpaca. They want to get rid of the dirty fleece, etc. Right? Which it smells. You can smell a little bit, but not bad. But then when we got the sheep wool, well, you know it's sheep wool. As I was saying, it reminds you of the local shows and stuff, and it's a lot thicker. So when I try to chop this down here, chop this down, it was harder. It's thicker, as you can see, the pull part, very hard. With this, very fine. And it's like cotton candy. Probably wouldn't be as tasty, but cotton candy. On the front here, I've put what they are. And so we know which one's which. And as you can see, I've got no shortage of it. I've got bags and bags of wool. This one here is the one I put through the blender with the compost and shredded it down to smaller particles. And the alpaca I could do that with the wool one I couldn't. So my volunteers for this project is my little reds. They're in there hidden away. I don't know how many's here, so I'm just gonna get a handful, sprinkle on each. I'll just keep going until I get rid of all this. Handful of them ones. They're all my juveniles. You can see they're only young. I'll get my juveniles to work. Unpaid practice, but they need a job. And I'll just keep going like that. So they will get a bit of compost, horse manure, compost out of here. So you can see there's more on the bottom there. Not too close there, you can see there's lots of them. I don't know what counts they are. There's a lot, like a little worm ball you want to say there. So they're all juveniles, all that, beautiful. All ready to rock. Nice and hungry, ready to go. That's what we want. So they'll shoot down out of the light into the compost. As you can see in here, that's just a tag out of an avocado they had, plastic. But then eat the plastic. And then just keep going like this. Later on I'll come along and take some of this compost out. Because they're very, very small, they're very hard to sift. You see that little worm ball there? Cameraman? Not too close there. See in there, look at that. Before you know it, they'll be ready to go. Put some sprinkle here, sprinkle there. As I said, I don't know how many there is. But later on I can come along if I have to, and so I come along and have to, I can just create some back, but there's not a terrible lot in there as an experiment, so I'm more fascinated if it will turn into castings, and if so, I'll break down the compost and the wool or alpaca fleece, and they'll and see how it turns out. So we just spread them around like this. They'll go down out of the light. This is just compost itself from outside. Bit of horse manure, aged horse manure with it. And I done an experiment with one of these a few weeks back. You might have seen. And they flew for it. I've been giving the sheep wool and the alpaca wool to the worms, and it keeps the moisture in, so that's even better. Apart from that, I'm looking at, it's not worm related, but because I can get a lot of wool and I can get a lot of alpaca fleece, thinking about pelletizing it, make it into pellets to put in the gardens. I've put sheep wool in some of my chili plants around under the bark, and it keeps the moisture, of course, and it's yes, and they seem to be liking it. So it's an experimental one. I'm going to start doing experimental ones here and there, and yeah, that's it. And that's about it. And as I said, the lady from the Carbon Flip, we follow each other on Facebook, on YouTube. So, so hello to you. And she's been very busy at the moment with all her castings and sifting all the time, sending her crazy. And her channel and business is growing good. It's good to see. And worm people are going to stick together and help each other out. So I won't bore you anymore. These will go back on the shelf. They'll get covered over, and we'll keep eyeing them every couple of weeks or something. And it's like as soon as I film, look at the dogs. Every time I film, the dogs always come in here. Never any other time I see a dog until I push the camera. Anyways, all right, okay. Don't forget, subscribe, share the video, like, tell people about my channel. Trying to grow the channel more. The more I get, the more things I can do, more people hear about me. And stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.